So there's a guy who's talking about, and there's this hubbub about solar and solar panels, and this is a subject that's actually quite close to my heart because I'm actually developing a business in Sierra Leone in Africa, which is a poor country, and I've had a workshop built there. It's going to get extended next year, which is to basically create a manufacturing facility for different projects. One of the projects is solar, and I have some experiments of my own that I'm doing to develop, and you've seen some, possibly if you subscribe or you watch my videos, you'll have seen some, like I've got a solar installation over there which is out of shot actually, where I'm actually experimenting in England with solar. There's some solar panels on the roof, and I've got some batteries and an actual controller that I made using a buck converter circuit, and then I'm creating another one which is around. And I've had the facility, there's solar at the facility itself. There's a 6-panel solar installation there, and I had some lithium batteries shipped out and some stuff, and they are going to be manufacturing solar panels. Because I've had solar, you can get solar cells quite cheap now, so I bought a lot, 500 solar cells so they can actually build, experiment building solar panels, and then we can sell them there. And also the controllers, batteries is a different issue, but we need to source some way, because the problem with batteries is that airplanes don't like lithium, and so you really can't ship, you can't fly batteries in volume. So I can't like buy a large volume of lithium batteries and have them shipped to Sierra Leone. There's the other side of it, which is to do with the tax, the import tax they impose, which is essentially 100%. It's rather it's not that it's 100%, it's just that there's, you know, there's a corruption there, that they hold you to ransom essentially, and so I don't use that method to ship. I actually ship somewhere else and then have a separate channel for importing, which disguises the import essentially, which is what most people do to avoid paying their stupidly high corrupt import charge. And it's their corruption that we're trying to avoid. If they had a fixed percentage which was comparable to most countries, which is quite low relatively, but to pay twice for importing things is a problem in Sierra Leone. That's the reason why they don't have any actual production facilities there. It's because if you try and import things there, they basically stiff you, so people can't make any money out of it, because they need to import machinery and supplies for the machinery and things like that, and they basically just remove any ability for anybody to make a profit, which is the reason why the country's poor. And so that's the biggest problem there, but different subject and we'll find some way, I'm sure, but that's a different thing. So what I've got here is I've got this is some guy who's talking about solar. Okay, he's talking about solar here, and it's here, isn't it? Yeah. And he's got a video that he's playing where he's talking about, you know, there's some guy who invented perovskite, and this is the new thing. And I was looking at this, and there is somebody who's actually made a comment in the video, and if I find it now, let me just find it for you, and then you can see it. There it is. So it says here, we already go up to like 40 to 50% in space with multi-layer, highly complex and very much not mass-produced solar cells. So in actual fact, we already have solar solar cells which are much greater than there's some sort of theoretical limit to do with the band gap, I believe, which is around about 30%. But they got ones that do 50 to 60, 40 to 50%. And I'm thinking, it's just a comment. You know, some people, they make up this crap. You know what I mean? Just to try and, you know, it's a flat earth thing, isn't it? Where they make up crap and say it. And so I thought, well, I'll find out, in actual fact. And so I've actually found out here. Here we are, yeah. Yeah, that's the one. This is NASA's website. Let me go to the top so you can see. Yeah, this is nasa.gov, the state-of-the-art small spacecraft technology, and it's basically talking about, and it's just describing, this was done this February 2024, and it's talking about solar cells, multi-junction solar cells. Okay, so we've got multi-junction solar cells, and if you go to that section, you will see, wow, that they have here multi-junction solar cells which reach 38% efficiency under laboratory conditions, but they're experimenting with 5 and 6 junction cells which have an efficiency of 70%, right? And that's what they've got there. And just see something about 68%. Oh, there you go. And what it's doing is they're saying that they have now is 68% there. They put 68% there, and they're talking about power generation 70%. Yes, that's the one. A single cell can leverage up to 32%. So they're saying a single junction is 32% theoretical limit. Practical cells are around about 20, I believe. You know, and so they're investigating different things. They're talking about organic cells there, which, and then they got relative terms like that, 60% higher than something else and something like that. But that one was an absolute limit there. Yeah, because they're talking about efficiency as high as 70%. Don't know what 23 is. I think that's some sort of reference. Okay, so we actually do have now solar cells which they aren't. That's a theoretical limit. Okay, so they haven't achieved 70%, but they have, according to this, they say they have developed 4 junction solar cells that reach 38% efficiency. So that's like a real world load. Yeah. Now 38% efficient is pretty good. You know, like I say, an off-the-shelf solar panel. Nope. Thought I might have one, but I haven't. Got any there? No. No, I haven't got any. So an off-the-shelf solar panel nowadays, 20% efficiency is about how much you get, and it's due to impurities, manufacturing process, and stuff like that. So you can't reach that theoretical limit. Yeah. Oh, hang on. You see, they say 30. So currently reach up to 38% efficiency under laboratory conditions, but when it looks like when they put them in space, they're kind of 33%. Yeah. So this 38% efficiency is about the efficiency in a lab, which is what Oxford PV have done with a dual layer. Yeah, these are, what is this? Doesn't say, but it's multi-layer. It's possibly dual layer. You know, have they got anything down here? Fuel cells for dot car. Oh, this is stories. This is something else. Yeah. So as you can see there, if they have a triple junction cell, that's 68%. So they are pursuing them, and we're already past what Oxford PV are doing, essentially. But that's like, essentially, it's going to be like a run of like 10 or 20 panels or something like that for a satellite that they put in space. It's not thousands of panels. It's not a manufacturing process. So I respect the fact of that. But to say that, you know, like for this guy, to say that we broke the physics record, well, we already did that, because that's what happened. You know, reasonably, I don't think it's a long time ago, but it's this business of multi-layer cells is nothing new, and they've been doing it in space. We have satellites that orbit around this planet, which are over the 32% limit on the efficiency of the panels. I guess we're talking about something like maybe the ISS, but that's been around for quite a while, hasn't it? So it doesn't make sense to say that that's probably got those panels, because this is obviously a relatively new development. I'm guessing it's something that was last year. Probably Oxford PV was a spin-off from the stuff that NASA was doing. They were looking at multi-layer. They can see NASA was doing multi-layer, and so they thought, well, we'll try and do it, and so they're trying to do it cheaply. That's the point. Oxford PV, they're not trying to invent something and break physics records, which is what that guy's complaining. No, it's not a physical record. It's already been broken, essentially. So that's something else. So it annoys me when people come out. It's obviously a clickbait thing, isn't it? Because this guy's talking about how this works, and he's got some nice animations and stuff like that, which is great. And this obviously takes time to do. I can respect the guy's doing this, but he needs to do the research, and he needs to find out more about that. And the other thing he keeps doing is making funny claims like humanity has done something. No, humanity hasn't done this. If this is the cells that are being manufactured at Oxford PV, it's obviously Oxford PV's engineers and scientists that have done this. I haven't done it. He hasn't done it. So what's this humanity business? You know, give credit where it's due. Those are the engineers and the scientists at Oxford PV that have done this. More than the engineer, because it's an engineering problem, isn't it? So, please don't take the piss. Don't try and credit, you know, the general universe with something that's actually been done by a few people in a lab, because that's just not true, is it? You know, it isn't true. And obviously NASA have been doing it as well. So please don't do this. But the animations are great, like I say, and credit where it's due. He's done these animations, but it's not humanity that's done those animations. It's him and his editing suite. This guy. Yeah, so please don't, okay? You're a journalist, but make sure you get your facts right, because otherwise, what kind of journalist are you? Right, so that's it for today. I'm trying to get better at doing these videos, because I realise that in order to get people to watch them, you really have to have some kind of a presentation format, because this is what people are used to just wander around with your phone pointing at things randomly. It does get me hits, but people are used to like a kind of documentary type thing, and so that's what I'm doing with this. So